Once again, welcome everyone. I'm Rizwan. Today we are here diving into how Blazor is shaping the future of web development. And whether you are a front-end enthusiast or back-end guru, there is something for you here. And it's always exciting to be among the passionate developers. .NET community, especially the C Sharp. We have a big community here. So I'd like to thank you so much for C Sharp for giving us the platform to share our experience or share our what we have learned and also contributing to this. And today I want to take you on a journey where that defines how you can build web applications staying in the .NET platform. So let me go to my next slide. Yeah. So as a .NET developers or especially who are a backend developer, um, so if you ask them, are you tired of juggling multiple frameworks? So most of them they will say yes. I mean, as a .NET developers, instead of focusing core on the .NET, if you want to be a complete web application developer or like a full stack developer, we have to play around multiple platforms. I mean, we are actually overwhelmed with multiple frameworks to build a modern web application. And I know what that means. One is stack for the front end, maybe it can be React or Angular or any other front end framework. And again, you have to do the development in the back end for the .NET or Node.js and so on. So all this again you have to wire up with APIs, then authentication, then complexity comes with the deployments. It is all mess. It is again not a mess, but making the development more complicated. Now today's web development feels like assembling a puzzle with the pieces. Like if we see for the front end, we have a different group of packages, libraries, and again we have to handle the authentications, authguard, all those things in the front end, and we have to repeat some most of the logic even in the front end, and same logics are sometimes repeated in the back end also. So if you could simply do that all within a one platform, I believe that all will be very happy, their life will be easier. That's what the promise coming from the Blazor. So we can even build interactive, high performing modern applications with one language, one platform, one framework. And that's the Blazor, where we can say it is a UI framework, but it is not just only the UI framework. It is a complete shift of web development application with .NET. And today I'm excited to show you how Blazor is shaping the future of full stack development. As a developer, wouldn't it be like great if we could do the entire development using one language, one platform? And that's what the Blazor is coming here. So in this session, I'll walk through where we have come from, the challenges we are facing, um, uh, some of the Microsoft Web Technologies history. Then we will see what are the challenges we are having when we want to develop a complete solution, putting both front end and back end, and then what Blazor is actually, and we will see its features, benefit. Then I will do some live demonstration. If type permits, we will go from simple to complex component, and what's new in .NET 8 and 9 for the Blazor especially, and what is the future prospect. We will again then wrap up with the Q&A. So about me, I'm a solution architect. I love to work with the cloud and AI. With that, also I'm a tech blogger, community speakers, and so on. So let's me directly jump into the history of web development, especially with the Microsoft technologies. So journey started with the classic ASP. In 1990s, Microsoft web development journey has evolved dramatically from server rendering classic API to client-heavy Blazor web application. So with each iteration, we moved closer to the modularity, better tooling, and performance. Let's rewind the clock, like Microsoft journey in the web development. So it started with the classic ESP in 90s. Then come waveform, which abstracted away a lot of HTML and JavaScript for the better productivity. Then I still remember I started my career with the waveform, not with the classic classic ESP, which I don't have experience. But waveforms, I have a experience. I have actually more than 3 years of experience. We were developing applications. So we had like a server side component in the ESPX page, and we had code behind where we can directly communicate with the control. It was easy, I mean, not that very complex. But the complexity comes when we want to build some modern user friendly, or if you want to bring better user experience, we had to add a lot of JavaScript on top of that. And the code looks very messy, like we have like ASPX component, and then we have code behind, then we are using JavaScript library, then we have to write JavaScript on the page or sometime in the different JS file. So it was very difficult, to manage all those. And also it was not SPA, it was just like from one page to another page, it was like a reloading entire page. So that's where the performance were compromised. Now in 2009, ASP.NET Embassy came with clean separation of concern, more control on markup, followed by .NET Core. In 2016, a modern cross-platform, high-performing web stack, which comes with several other built-in features. Then finally, Blazor came in 2018, and till now it is in Microsoft is working a lot to make this platform more robust. Frequent updates are coming, rich interactive client-side web UIs, and the all the the best thing about it is like we can do all these things staying in the CSharp platform, .NET platform, and CSharp language only. So basically what it is doing, it is replacing the JavaScript what we write in the .NET, in Embassy or waveform or whichever the .NET UI. We are replacing that um, JavaScript with the C sharp, which means like we can uh, we can even build a complete front end like Angular or React. Similarly, we can have our own services in C Sharp and all that will run in the browser itself. Now, let's see the challenges what we had when we use multiple platform. I'm not saying it is bad. Most of the applications are still following that. I have also did those development in the past. Even now, also for some projects, we use multiple platform. Front end is handled by one of the JavaScript framework. It can be Angular, React, Vue, or any other platform. And the backend is mostly for me. I use .NET Core, but some people use even Node.js, some other platform. It can be Java as well. Now, the challenge is like first thing is if we see from organization perspective, they need to hire for one complete application development. They need to hire two different resource, means two group of resources. One is for the front end, one is for the back end. Now, for the front end, obviously, uh, the different libraries, different tech stack, different pattern is there, and for the backend it is different, and they all need to communicate together. So there also we are investing time, and many logics are getting repeated. Same validation we put into the front end, and same validations we are when we are receiving the data from the front end, we validate the data in the backend also. So repetition or duplicate code are there both in front end and back end. Again, related with the authentication, we have to handle the authentication in the front end as well as the back end. So this is how the duplicates are there, and we are spending more time to build a solution. Another is complexity comes on deployment, because now these two front end and back end are separately developed. So while deploying, we need to the workflow should be correct, and the pipelines. If we are doing any changes in the back end and the front end is not communicating similarly, and if we only deploy one of these two, the site we the application is going to have a problem, and hard to maintain a large SPA project when it comes to two different framework for front end and back end. So often developer struggles, or they juggles with the multiple language, sometimes full stack, and even the communication between those two. So it is getting complicated. Now Blazor is the solution for that, and let me give you my honest feedback. Blazor is not just an experiment anymore. Microsoft long-term bet is on this modern web development platform. So we can already say like this is a production ready platform. Even I have developed a few applications and it is running in production very well so far, no any problem. Now what is Blazor? It is same like other JavaScript framework. It's like a component based UI, fully based on .NET, and single code base using for both web, desktop, mobile. So Blazor hybrid is also there, where we can develop both desktop, mobile, and web using same ecosystem and same platform. It runs on a browser via WebAssembly or server. So there are two types. One is Blazor server, and another one is Blazor WebAssembly. Blazor server is faster load and need to be constantly connected with the backend or email or server. And WebAssembly can run on the client. It can even run offline. And MAUI is there for both desktop, mobile. So now .NET MAUI loves Blazor. It is also using Blazor. We call it hybrid, and it is well for like iOS if we want to develop OS or Mac OS or Window or iOS. So it is compatible, and it is now possible for us to develop the application for every device or every platform within the same. Now why we use Blazor? And first thing is as a .NET developers, it is very easy for anyone who is working in this platform to maintain both front end and back end. So we have a same code base, and it's a one ecosystem, so it is very easy to maintain, it is very easy to deploy, it is very easy to handle the things. And another thing, it is component based architecture, so you can build a component like the way we do in other JavaScript platform. Rich tooling with the Visual Studio, and very helpful with the Copilot as well. It has a built-in routing, DI, state management. In some case, if you want, we can use JavaScript also. So it provide support for that as well. And the best thing, we are staying in the .NET ecosystem, easy to deploy and maintain. On top of that, like time saving, since we are using same platform or same framework for front end and back end, so we can use common or shared object, shared logic, even extension method. We can share many more code we can share both for the front end and back end. Like if we want to add in validations or extension, we can use same code base for both front end and back end. And obviously this is a common platform for both front end and back end, so you will have advantage of having in the same .NET ecosystem. I said like it is easy to deploy, on top of that very easy to maintain as well. And as a organization, they don't need to hire the resource with multiple skill set. It is good to have, but with .NET team as well, we can develop the full web application with the modern features we have. Now let's get a start with some demo. So I'll go here. Let me share my another screen. Yeah. So let me bring my this screen here. I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can use Visual Studio. That's perfectly fine. Both is coming with the .NET. So it's the process might be option will be in different place, but the overall steps is same. So let me create a simple Blazor application. I'll go view command plate. I want to create a new .NET project. Yeah, so I'll choose Blazor. So Blazor, we can see we have option. We can use Blazor Web, which consists of both server-side rendering as well as client. We can just explicitly put Blazor server or WebAssembly standalone. For me to demonstrate, I'm choosing web app. I'll give one name like Sharp demo. Just two because I might have some existing one. I'll use default directory. I'll use solution and I'll create project on top of it. So my project is already here. Let me minimize. And here is my solution. So let me show you. So this is our Blazor and it is a component base. So we can see all the things are under component, layout, pages and all. So without doing much thing, just I will run this as it is. I'll rebuild. And yeah, now let me debug it. So let me again bring this window here. Great. Now this is the page of Blazor. You can see this is a single page application. I can even render for the data from the backend. Here it is using counter. If I click, the counter is increasing. Great. Now just let me check my time. 35. So I do have very less time. So what I do like quickly, I'll just show one of my existing application which I did today morning itself, just to demonstrate here. So what I have done here, like I have developed a few components. One is like basic. So this basic is simply what I'm doing. I'm putting a record and adding that. So it is running a loop and this is my Blazor component and this is my front end code. Even if it is C sharp, this is, I can say it is my front end code. Now similarly, I have another example one where I'm creating another component for list and I'm loading it from there. So this is under my shared one. So product list is there. I'm getting the record and I'm binding it to my list. Similarly, I have created a complex grid and chat placeholders and so on. So what I will do, I'll just similarly I'll just run it. I'm also another thing I want to see. It is in my which example. Yeah, I'm even using here Signal R to send a real time notification. So I have a hub here which is defined here to send a notification, and with that hub in this example, let me check two, yeah, two. So I'm sending notifications and I'm also receiving the notification from the hub. So let me just demonstrate here. Mm. I'll just debug as it is. Yeah, so it is running here. Let me show you those components. So this is the basic one where I can add okay, demo on Blazor is one task. I add it should show list here. So this is simply I'm adding one list. Now I have existing data that is showing, so I'm using another sub component to show my data. This example is to simulate a real-time notification with Signal R. So if I click, it is sending a notification and later it is received here in real time. This is one example showing the grid. This is a form demo. I have a form. So let me give a bit of context on this. So this is my form demo. Now the This is a built-in form that comes with the Blazor edit form. I can bind it with one of the model that's we called it front end model, and maybe we can reshare also that model both in front end and back end if you want to take remove some duplications or reuse the same model. So now what I have done here, like my model is defined here. This is the data annotation that we have, and based on this data annotation, we will get the validation. So for that, it has we have to bind with the input, and we can put the validation message here and summary also here. So if I go here for this one, this is the one. Now if I try to save, it will give me all the message that I have that I have used in data annotation. So let me just try to save one record. Now I have put a validation here 18 to some years. So if I put 12, still it will say we need to be 80 and 99. So I'll just put like 21. Now my data is correct. I'll be able to save the record. If I want, I can edit, delete. Similarly, now these are very simple component we have. Now if you want to build any component, a complex component, I have wrote some articles in the C Sharp corner C Sharp site as well, where I have built some complex component like reusable pagination. So that also you can check. Like I'll try to show you my library. Mm, Let me go here, and this is dynamic pagination. So what you will see here, you will be able to dynamically create a pagination with all the options that we have in the paginations that we use some JavaScript most of the time. And the best thing about this component is like we don't have to create this based on the object. We can bind the same reusable this pagination component to every list or every record or every data table. So that's how if you can go through the detail to get this one, or even you can check C Sharp Corner for this one. With that, I have also built some more component which you'll get some idea. Like if we want to get, let me show you those libraries. Isal Blazor. So this is one where I have put like editable dynamic table which you can bind with any model. Message model pop up, like if you want to show alert and those toast notifications to component, toast notification to service, likewise. So all these complex component, if you want, you can build out of it. Even you can go to C sharp site. Yeah, so here if I go, I can show you the details. um, Let me go to my account and my articles, dynamic database, creating dynamic toast notification, reusable dynamic pagination. You can go and I have put a detailed step for this one. So we will be able to create, and in case if you need, I have a code base shared in my repository as well. I love to show in the detail, but considering the time, it won't be sufficient for us to go through this all. So in result, you will be able to show the notification based on the notification you need. And I have used this same component in my several applications. It is working fine. We are not having any kind of problem so far. So it is good to use those things. And now let me go back to my slide. Here. So we can, to get started, you can simply select the template and start with the basic component. Then you can also build some modern component like reusable data table, even dynamic forms, several other components you can use. So it's easy and possible to even develop complex component with this one. Reusable blocks for your application, and use it in the entire application, or even we can convert that into a package and use into the multiple projects as well. Easy to bind with C Sharp model, so we can reuse the model both for the front end and back end, even input validations and all. And very easy here to communicate between the parent and child component, or component to component communication is well, very easy. Now, Blazor component libraries are also there. Like if you want to use some third-party UI components, that's also available. And in some of my project, I have used those, and they are perfectly fine to use. They have a huge community supporting that. So these are some third-party component, third-party Blazor library where which you can use. I have used most of them, but it depends upon your requirement also. Like sometime, like it depends what you want to. So it based on that you will be able to choose the library. Let me go here. Yeah. So, for example, if you like material style of UI, then you can choose one. If you will want to build enterprise apps, I will suggest to go Redgen or Shin Fusion. For theming flexibility, Blazorize is good. Other all are also good. And for professional grade UI, maybe you can choose Telerik or DevExpress. All are good. Even I have built enterprise applications without any of these libraries as well. So it depends. But the advantage, if you use these components, you'll be able to save some time, because they have already ready-made component most of the time, and we can reuse those. Now, um, it has it it is continuously improving, evolving. So .NET 8 comes with several improvement, like performance improvement, web and server unification, streaming rendering, enhancing the navigations and form handling, improved web assembly, authentication and authorization improvement, component enhancement. Similarly, it came again further improvement in .NET 9. So these are some improvements that came in .NET 9, like static file handling, new hybrid and web templates are available for building more complex application. Authentication state improved in WebSocket, simplified static server side rendering, improved JIT compilations and garbage collections, and so on. Now, I'd like to add some of my thought on this. Like, for example, what do you expect, or how the web development future will go with Blazor? So, for me, still I can say, like I'm happy to use Blazor for whatever the applications I have used. So far, I have not faced any complex complication. Like sometime we might use some kind of JavaScript, but very minimal. For me, I have used very minimal JavaScript for most of my application. Like only sometime if I want to build some complex PDF file or like print something, I have used. But that also I think support will come in the Blazor itself without going to third-party JavaScript. And of course, you will have a unified platform for web, desktop, mobile by IMAUI. WASI support Blazor outside the browser. Enterprise ready features are already there, like authentication, CI/CD, Azure Ready, and MS Graph. And I have recently seen like many developers already started adopting the Blazors. So far, they have also given a very good review. Community is growing for the Blazor. I have like very big hope with the Blazor, and I'm happy that for the .NET developers, it is always advantage to use same platform both for the front end and the back end.